Hey guys, Danny Johnson here, and today on our 2004 SVT Cobra, we're going to install the JLT Ram air intake. JLT also makes a cold air intake that goes into the fender, so this is the Ram air that's in the engine bay and goes straight up to the throttle body. Now my car currently does have a UPR cold air intake adapter on the front, so I will be removing that in the video, so that'll help you if you do get the JLT version that goes into the fender to show you how to get in there. So what's on the car now is basically a stock 0304 Cobra intake. And then right before the mass airflow, it does have this adapter that just goes down into the fender. But other than that, it's pretty much a stock intake on this. All I needed for tools was an 8mm socket, 4mm hex, and my particular car had an 11mm socket. Stock Cobras may need a 10mm socket. All right, we're going to use an 8mm socket to disconnect the battery. Just the negative terminal, and it's always a good idea to do this whenever you're doing anything electrical. Okay, here's what's included with the kit. A heat shield here, the intake tube itself. Note it has the hole on the bottom for the air intake temperature sensor. It also has the vacuum lines as they'll be needed. A bunch of clamps, some hardware here. This is the vacuum line portion. And also one other small bag of parts here for screws, hex. Here's the adapter for the mass airflow meter. And then some more couplers here. And then a sticker that's going to be needed in certain situations. Then the filter itself. It also has the instructions and a few stickers. Okay, I'm going to take our 8mm socket, loosen the clamp for the intake. Then we're going to take our PCV valve here, and we're going to disconnect it from this side of the intake. So we're going to pull it off here. Okay, coming off the elbow here, you'll notice you have this line. One side's capped, and then we're going to remove this vacuum line here. So we're going to pull that loom back, and there's a vacuum line right here, and we're just going to pull it straight out. So you can see its barb is already right there. Working our way down, this is our air intake temperature sensor. So you're going to pinch right there and slide that off. The mass airflow meter, notice how it has the arrow indicating the airflow direction. So you're going to pinch down on that and slide that off. Okay, going into the fender. There is a factory air box in the same location. We have an 8mm here. Okay, so remove that bolt out of the fender. At this point, if you had the factory air box, you'd be able to then lift it out with the rest of the entire unit. Mine's going to require a little bit more work because it has that cold air intake going into the fender, so I'll have to remove a few other things. But that's when you'd take out the factory air box. Now you can take this off in pieces if you'd like. Just remove our elbow here. Okay, so this is an aftermarket elbow. That's not factory. But you just basically remove this part of it. Okay, so I'm gonna collapse this by pushing it in. Basically put that filter on the inside of the fender. Remove the plate. Okay, so you can take a little screwdriver attachment, little Phillips like this, put it into a 1/4 inch drive and then you have enough room to get in here without having to take the wheel off. Okay, and then you can go through here and remove the wheel well liner. Just enough to get in there and get this filter out. Okay, so you got to be pretty careful getting past all the intercooler lines, but that's how you can get the old filter out if it's up in the fender well. Now we can put this back into place because the other one doesn't go into the fender. So let's tuck it back in there. Line up our hole there. All right, we screwed that up until it was snug again. Don't go too tight, you'll just bust right through it. Now our fender liner's back in. Okay, so we're gonna take our intake tube here. Now notice how the texture changes from a smooth to a rugged. So that's where our band is gonna wanna go. So we're gonna find this one, and they do have some production stickers on here you can just take off. Okay, so we're gonna take this one that ovals out, and we're gonna slide it onto the top. And remember, we're gonna be wanting to band this down where that texture is. Okay, take one of the provided hose clamps. They all appear to be the same size. Okay, so we're just gonna pinch it in an oval as well, just to kind of get it over. Pinch this and put it over there. So you're gonna have two clamps. One that's gonna go to the throttle body and one that's gonna go to the intake. Okay, so it's just kind of loose on there for now. Then we're gonna take this one as well. Again, you see the smooth texture. I'm gonna slide that on right about there. Take our band clamp, worm clamp, and slide it basically onto here. Okay, this is our stock intake tube, and we need the air intake temperature, one sensor, so that's this right here. Okay, so that's what that looks like on the back side on our grommet here, and this is where we're just going to push this back through. Okay, so that's what it looks like in there, taking the air temperature. We're going to remove our mass airflow meter from the stock, or in this case the aftermarket elbow, so we just need this piece here. So we're just going to go ahead and remove those. Now this may vary for you. This is an aftermarket setup, so this hardware size may not apply, but I have a 4mm hex and an 11mm socket. So we're just removing our mass airflow meter from the tube to do that. I think factory it was like just 10mm bolts is what held that through. So just remove those so that you can get this housing free. So once you have your mass airflow meter, you'll notice that it has a dome on the top of it. So we're gonna get our gasket that looks that same way and place it over it first. And then we're gonna get this aluminum piece here that has that same dome, and we're gonna place it on top. Now the hardware that they gave us here, we're gonna use to thread it from the bottom up into this housing. Now because the gasket is so small, you'll notice that the hardware doesn't really want to go through it, so it's almost impossible to thread it. So what you want to do is push these through first. Okay, so make sure that those are kind of coming through. Then we're going to bring our metal piece in with the lip upwards for the filter to grab onto. Set it there and thread these in here now. Okay, so I'm just taking this by hand, lining this up and getting this to find that hole and line it up. So we want to make sure we're not cross-threading it. Make sure that the gasket's not pinching and coming out in a weird way. And that's how we're getting it to go into those threads. So that looks good. See how that's kind of bowing right there? So we've got to loosen this one up. Get it straight. Then tighten it down. Much better. Nice and smooth all the way around and not bunched up. You can see it on the inside. Make sure our mass airflow meter is clean. Okay, we're gonna get our filter out of here. Notice how it's pre-oiled and it has this clamp already on it. Airflow, notice how the arrow is going that way. So this goes on here. Okay, so set that down in here and tighten that one down. Okay, so we just slid the filter on, put the band right here where we can feel that metal right up against the base here, and tighten that down with our 8mm socket. Now we're just going to take this one, make sure that you have all your band clamps on. We're going to go ahead and slide these two pieces together. And notice how there is a notch on the stock mass airflow meter. So that's how we know if we're going to have it on all the way. There we go. Okay, so that's tight there, tight there, tight there in those three places. So we're going to go ahead and tighten down this band clamp. Okay, so this one is now secure. Looks good on the inside here. This is a good chance to wipe out any debris that's in there. Okay, we wiped that out with a shop towel, so that looks good. Okay, so our filter is on here. This one's onto our mass airflow meter. We still have our band on that one, so we're going to attach these two. Tighten that one down. Okay, that band is in place. This one's in place too. We're trying to keep it as even here as we can. Now for this, I noticed on the car, not sure that it really matters, but we're going to put the plug on the back side. And as long as you're looking in there, you can see that temperature sensor. So it's not being blocked or anything. Okay, so we're going to bring in basically the completed assembly. You're going to nose it down so it goes back underneath the headlight and lines up. Now this is the point where you want to plug in your air intake temperature sensor and your mass airflow meter. Okay, so here's our air intake temperature sensor. Here's our mass airflow meter sensor. Now we're going to get it onto the throttle body. Okay, so we're going to start with this band. We pushed the insulator for the JLT up against the throttle body as tight as it would go, and then tighten this one down so that's nice and snug. We're going to start with that. Then we're going to worry about adjusting the rest of this. As you can see, twisting it and doing what we need to. And so now we'll move down to the second band where we have it where we want it. Okay, what seemed to work best for me was to put my hand under here and lift up on the intake, have my hand between the strut tower right here, and then tighten that second one down. That seemed to get everything else lined up a little bit better. Breather tube on here. Okay, so we have our vacuum line hose in here from the factory. Okay, so here's the extra hose that they give you. We worked it onto the stock vacuum line. We're going to push it right up to that nub there, and then we're going to put it right here onto the barb that they have on here. Okay, so we just worked that hose all the way on there for that adapter that they gave us. And so now all we have to do is put on the cover. Okay, so we'll slide the cover down in here. Okay, so slide the cover under your expansion tank, and it's just gonna line up right there on that J-clip where our factory bolt goes back in. Okay, so that cover goes under this lip here, attaches with the bolt there, and that's what that looks like. And I know some people just leave those off, but anyway, that's what it looks like installed. You just want to have access to all of these. Make sure that these are not hitting your intercooler relay. Make sure everything else lines up. Make sure you have some ample room in here because the engine will rock back and forth. Got your vacuum line here. These all tightened down, and we may need to have some adjustments here eventually, but that's the basic install. Now we'll reconnect the negative battery terminal and start the car up. .7 is where you want to see your air-fuel ratio under normal idle and normal driving, and we got that. Okay, so the garage is vented right now. We're gonna start it just so you hear how loud it is now going into the fender, just a comparison of sound difference. So thanks for watching. Check the video description for more videos similar to this. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. Thanks, guys.